Hello and welcome to my first YouTube tutorial. Today I will show you how to Twix and some tips and tricks on how you improve your Twixtor even though you already know how to Twix. So some of you have probably seen some Twixtor on YouTube like this. You don't want to download this Twixtor because it's really bad and you just get bullied by other editors if you use this. So just do it yourself and watch this tutorial so you can do Twixtor like this, really easy and clean. So we want to get started now, and first of all I will Twix this scene here. It's a really easy scene because there's not much movement and like especially the hairs are not moving a lot, so it's really easy to Twix. So how to do that is you press right click on the clip, go to time and go to enable time remapping. You can also do that by using the shortcut which is written here. And now you want to put a keyframe on it and you want to go to the left here and delete the keyframe. Then you go back and you're gonna use this command which I will write down here and go to the right and keyframe every movement she has. So every time she moves you're gonna put a keyframe. I will do that real quick. So now that you got all of these keyframes, you're gonna drag all of these keyframes to the left so it has like no place empty. So you're gonna drag every keyframe to the left. So now your clip should look like this. Yeah, it should look like this. And what can happen is that you can't move your keyframes. And if that's the case, all you need to do is you go to your scene here. If you downloaded the episode, you go to there and you're gonna check the composition settings. And in the composition settings, you're gonna find this frame rate here. If it's like this, 23.976, you should look up your Twixtor composition and you should go here and look if it's also like 23 points something, you know. So in my case it works with 30. If it's not working, you should change the frame rate. And if you change the frame rate, it will most likely work. So yeah, if that's the case, you should just do that. So after you did this, here dragged all your keyframes to the left so there's no space, you're gonna pre-compose it. Press this one here and pre-compose it. Then you're gonna apply Twixtor Pro. You can also find it right here, effects and presets. Then it needs to load. Search Twixtor Pro and just drag it on here. So yeah, that's how you can do it too. And then this composition, you're gonna look on this composition, it's 23.976. So what you're gonna do is you're going to your Twixtor settings and you're gonna enable this one here and you just paste it in like this so it has the same frame rate, and you're gonna press this one, contrast, edge and motion white blend. Then you go to main background layer settings and move it up to 100. After that you just pre-compose it again and now you're gonna use the shortcut for like this one here. You go to time, go to enable time mapping again, and now you can just drag it to here, make it longer, and your Twixtor is ready for this clip. I will just let it render real quick so you can see it, but it's the same like this one here. So now it's finished and your Twixtor should look like this. Now you can play with the graphs and do whatever you like. If you notice that your screen is getting darker because you use the Twix, you just have to select both keyframes, press F9 and select this one and drag it down, so there will be no black screen then. Also now you can like play with your keyframes to make the beginning faster, then make it slower, and in the end faster again. It will look like this. So what we did now is we drag this here up and this keyframe here down. So it's getting faster in the beginning and then it gets slower and then it gets faster in the end. So you can play with that if you want to do transitions, for example, like this. You're gonna make it really slow and then you're gonna make it fast so it looks like a transition, like here, where I used to make it faster then and made it zoom in here. So this is one example on how you can use your graphs to make transitions. And now we go to the next clip, which is a bit different because there's more movement, especially in the foreground. You can see this flowers and stuff and leaves. So I got two versions of this. The first version is where you keyframe every movement from the camera. So you can see here I use the same method as before, but I keyframed every movement. Like if the camera moves, I made the keyframe, not only if the person moves. Like here I use the camera. So this is like camera Twixtor. So if you go back to here, you can see that the camera is like Twixed and the person itself is Twixed too. This is a really nice Twixtor scene. You can also use this for transitions and stuff, make it faster in the beginning and slower in the mid and faster at the end. And you can also try to only Twix the person. So here it looks pretty similar, but I only Twixted the person, so the camera is not moving that much and the person is Twixed only. So here, if I go in here, you can see that I just Twixted the movement of the person. So every time she moves or something on her body moves, I put it a keyframe. But it's the same thing like for the other clips, just that I focused on the person here and I focused on the camera here. So you can use both Twixtor methods for these kind of scenes. Alright, moving to the next clip, I have this clip here. It's a bit harder than the others because there is a lot of movement in her hairs, like her hairs are moving a lot, and these black stripes here too, which will make your Twixtor worse. And the frame rate here is really bad, so she moves really fast and these are like jumps. If you have these kind of jumps, you really want to be careful, because you don't want to Twixtor these jumps. It will only look really bad. Like here you will see a lot of warps. So what you can do is that you look at the clip and you see that it has not that much jumps in the end. So you just want to Twixtor the end and cut this front part here out. You can also like Twixtor the front part with it, but then you just want to try to make your graph look like this, that the beginning is really fast, so you nearly can't see the warps. So you nearly barely can't see warps, and then it will like fade out and the rest of the Twixtor will look okay. So here I also use the same method like before. I keyframed every single movement of her and dragged it so there's no place in between. The Twixtor settings are looking like this, just same as the ones before. And yeah, these Twixtor settings you can mostly use for every clip, but I will show an example where you should use different Twixtor settings, and this is this one. This scene here is really bad to Twix. I don't even know why people want to try to Twix this, but yeah, if you want to try to Twix it, here's the solution. So here you have a lot of movement in her hairs, it's jumping a lot, so you already know that it will warp a lot. So without RSMB or stuff, it will look like this. It's not like that bad, but it's also not good. Like it's warping a lot, you just can't see it that much. Usually you don't want to take these scenes. So what you can do is you go into the Twixtor settings, and here you use forward instead of inverse. So for these kind of scenes you use forward, and you will use RSMB Pro. You're gonna find this here, RSMB. Just drag it onto the clip. It will look like this here, and here you want to use settings 1 and 100. So what this is gonna do is it blurs all the movement, so you can't see the warps. So it just puts a blur on it, and it's gonna look like this. So this is like much smoother than this clip down here, and you want to try using RSMB on the clips whenever you have like a lot of movement like this, especially on the hair or and on the fingers and hands. It's just not looking that good, so you should really try not to use these clips here. But if you want to, now you know how to use it. So yeah, basically that's it for this tutorial. I hope you could learn something from it, and if you got any questions, just ask in the comment section. I will answer everything, and I will probably do another Twixtor tutorial on graphs and some other tricks like lightning tricks. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment, leave a like, and bye.